Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. Hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to introduce you to a new video series that I am going to start sharing on a monthly basis. I'm gonna start a monthly perfume basket series where I take you into my closet and we're gonna kind of go shopping for some perfumes that I am going to focus on wearing and enjoying during that given month. So the reason that I'm actually doing this is because I have found that I've actually become just a little tiny bit overwhelmed by my perfume collection. Listen, I am a sucker for smelly things, right? I love home fragrance. I love personal fragrance. I like it when I and the areas around me smell good, right? But here's the thing. Because I have been reviewing perfumes here on my YouTube channel, I feel like my perfume collection has really expanded quite a bit over the last few years. Now, that's not a bad thing necessarily, but it does mean that there are a lot of perfumes in my collection that don't get any love mostly because of the way that I have my perfumes organized right now. I am gonna take you guys into my closet here in a second and show you how I currently have my perfumes organized. And then I am going to reconfigure that situation so that it's easier for me to actually find things and to film these monthly perfume basket videos that I'm going to be doing here. So yeah, we'll take a look at the closet here in a minute. But yeah, I have just found myself a little overwhelmed every time that I go into my closet in the morning to, do that final step of my getting ready routine. The last thing that I always do is pick my perfume for the day. And a lot of times I've just found myself grabbing for the things that are in the front of the shelves because that's easiest, or that's the first thing that catches my eye. But that means there are a lot of perfumes in my collection that, just because they're not visually accessible to me, that I just don't reach for those things. And I really want to start showing all of the perfumes in my collection some love, not only the new things that I'm testing out, but also all of the other things that I have purchased in years past that I obviously loved. I mean, I love these things enough to spend money on them and not return them. So clearly these are things that I like, but I need to be reminded of those things. So I need to, first off, clean that space up. I need to definitely do some dusting in there. And then maybe take over some of Craig's shelves. We're gonna have a conversation about that and see if maybe I can get, everything a little bit better organized. But yeah, I want to do these monthly perfume baskets with you to show you what I am going to be utilizing in terms of personal fragrance over the course of that month. Now, there might, again, be new things that I'm going to be bringing in terms of new perfumes that I'm reviewing for my channel here. So, but I don't want those new things to take away from all of the other perfumes that I already love. So, before I show you guys the little, closet tour, if you will, of how I'm currently storing my perfume collection, I thought I would show you what the September perfume basket looks like. I actually grabbed these things at the beginning of the month and put them on my bathroom counter, so they were a little bit more visually accessible to me in terms of, hey, you need to focus on wearing these things right now. So yeah, I just grabbed a plastic basket that didn't have anything in it, and I went into my closet and I did a little shopping. Now, what I think I'm gonna do to make this a little bit more of a fun special thing is I'm gonna go find a super cute basket that will, stay on my bathroom counter over the course of that month with all of these perfumes in it. I don't want something plastic like this. I want something cute, right? Like, let's make it special. So I'm gonna show you guys all of the fragrances that I have in the current basket. And at the beginning of October, we're gonna do the first official video in this series where I take you guys through, and we're gonna shop my perfume collection. So these are the things that I am going to be focusing on for this last little bit of September here. Some of these things might be grabbed again in October, we'll see, but anyway, let's go with it. Okay, the first is the Paris Corner Migne Caramel Dulce. I think you're gonna see a theme here in a minute. Let me know what you think that theme is. All right, next we have the Dua brand, the Cologne of Ginger Biscuit. This is a dupe of Jo Malone. Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit. This is, oh my gosh, this is so good. Absolutely phenomenal, and honestly smells exactly like the real thing. Jo Malone, if you're not familiar, is not cruelty free. So yeah. My friend Faith actually gifted me this bottle and I have fallen in love with it. That's amazing. That will be a repurchase. Okay, Nest Vanilla Bourbon. Now this is one where I think I might actually be able to finish this perfume here in the next few weeks. I do want the full size of it. This is a really great, this vanilla bourbon is phenomenal, and if you haven't stuck your nose in that, you need to get over to Sephora, or actually the Nest perfumes are now also at Ulta, so get into a store, stick your nose in that, and prepare to be just amazed. All right, we have Skylar Vanilla Sky, a really nice like cappuccino, like vanilla blend here, always delightful. We have the Paris Corner Echal Vanilla, which is so beautiful, so sophisticated. It's a little hard to get this lid off of here, obviously. But you know you're not gonna use it because this sucker clicks on, I'll tell you that. That is a really beautiful, sophisticated vanilla there. We have Commodity Milk Expressive. This is one of those where I should have started out with the, you know, smaller travel size, but I already knew that I love this, so I just went for the Big Mama Jama. If you want to smell like the sweetest little creamy marshmallow that there ever was, you need to try this. Again, get into Sephora, do some sniffing. Speaking of sniff, this is Sniff Creme Couture. I actually have two sniff perfumes in here, but this Creme Couture, if you want to smell like a jelly donut, you're gonna need this. This is now also in store at Sephora. That's right, they took it off their secret menu and now it's gonna be easier to find. So by the way, I'll link all of these down below. If you wanna pick any of them up, feel free. I do have discount codes for some of these companies, so feel free to use that, save yourself a little bit of extra money. Here we have the Kayali Vanilla 28. This is just a really beautiful, very sophisticated, definitely more musky type of vanilla. This is a great blender that I love to mix with any of these other scents here. We're not done quite yet. I grabbed a lot. Okay, Vanilla Woods by the Seven Virtues. We all know how I feel about this perfume. This is one of my number ones in my collection. This is one of those perfumes where I've been through multiple bottles and I will never give it up. You will have to pry this from my cold, dead hands. Actually, just put it in the casket with me when the time comes because I need to smell good in the afterlife as well. All right, here we have the Zamaya Anhar Dune. Again, another really beautiful kind of sophisticated, but slightly sweeter type of vanilla fragrance. So, so good. Definitely would recommend. The Rompsch Diva by Zamaya is also such a beautiful, musky, just amazing perfume. Now, a little secret here. These two are extremely similar. This is way cheaper than the Kayali. And honestly, I feel like the lasting power of the Zamaya is a little bit better, but I have always loved this Vanilla 28, so I'll probably always have it in my collection, but if you're looking for something similar that is just way more affordable, this is what you're gonna wanna try. 3 more to go. Sniff Vanilla Vice, there we go. Again, a perfumey, more sophisticated, musky vanilla. Listen, the theme is vanilla. It's vanilla, gourmand, musky vanilla, perfumey vanilla. The theme is just vanilla somewhere in the perfume. The House of Oud. Oh, you guys, this one, the Bon Bon Pop. Have you smelled this? Ooh. Now, this is probably the most like unisex fragrance out of this whole situation that I've shown you guys so far. This is one of those heavenly, super sophisticated, super kind of mature vanillas, but so incredibly well done. And the House of Oud perfume packaging is just beautiful. Look at this little hot air balloon. And the basket is the base. Like, it's just, the design is, this is a stunner. I love it. I will always keep this perfume bottle. And then lastly, because this would not be complete without Penrose Secret Genius. Again, a warm, cozy, beautiful, sweet, perfectly sweet vanilla. So yeah, right now, clearly, I was feeling some gourmand vibes. I was feeling some vanilla vibes, and these are the perfumes that I am mostly focusing on enjoying just right now. So yeah, we're gonna do this every single month. We're gonna go through and we're gonna shop my collection, just like I used to share my shop my stash videos. Raise your hand if you are still here from those olden days of my channel. Yeah, I used to do this for makeup as well, and it worked really well. It was a great system. I'm still technically doing it. I'm not filming it for you guys. Like, I pick out makeup for, you know, like a season. Sometimes I'll pick out makeup for just a month, and I move it to my everyday drawers, which are to my left here, my Alex 9 drawers to my right. So yeah, it's worked well for me in the past. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the closet as it is right now, and then you guys will be able to see how I, you know, reorganized it to hopefully make things a little bit easier for me to see what I have, because yeah, it's helpful. It's helpful to know what you have. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look in my closet. Welcome to the master closet. I thought it might be helpful to give you guys a visual of how I am currently storing my perfume collection, and just kind of show you why maybe this is not necessarily the best way for me to store my perfumes anymore. So this master closet did have these really amazing built-ins that were put in when the house was first built in the early 2000s. For the most part, these built-ins are super functional, and this is a great closet, right? Like, it's definitely a very usable, very functional space. And I really thought that these like end cap pieces here would be perfect for storing my perfumes, because there is no natural light source in this closet. So there's no window in here, so it's usually pretty dark. Also, there is a vent in this room, so there is heating and cooling that gets to this space. We usually keep the temperature in our house at about 66 or 67 degrees. I know that seems kind of cold to some people, but it's just what we are most comfortable at temperature-wise. So yeah, this closet, I guess you could say, is pretty perfectly climate controlled. And yeah, and these shelves here were just the most perfect location for my perfumes at that time. Now, my collection has grown since then, and I feel like this particular system right here doesn't really work for me at this point. I have obviously collected quite a number of perfumes, body sprays, you know, all sorts of personal fragrance products here over the last several years. And honestly, there are days when I walk in here trying to get inspired in terms of, you know, picking a fragrance. A lot of times it's usually pretty easy for me. I will have something in mind and I kind of roughly know where things are, so I just reach for that thing and I move on. But also, sometimes there are days where I come into this closet and I just feel overwhelmed and I have to kind of root around behind some of these perfumes. There is no real rhyme or reason as to the placement right now. That's another thing that I need to revisit. Right now, I basically mostly have different brands lumped together. So, for example, this top shelf has mostly Dossier, Alt, The Clone, a lot of the dupe brands that I really personally enjoy. Those are all cruelty-free, by the way, so that's fantastic. You know, and down here, for example, so this is minus my Vanilla Woods. This is my 7 Virtues perfume collection here. You know, I've got some Ellis Brooklyn over here, some Skylar fragrances over here, but this, I don't know, this isn't working for me anymore, and I really need to revisit this system because I think, honestly, I can do a better job of organizing this, and I think it is going to help me when I start to create these monthly perfume baskets. So I think it's going to help me show a little bit more love to all of the perfumes in my collection. Also, I do have, now I'm not 100% doing this because I need to talk to Craig. I want to be respectful, but over on his side of the closet over here, there's another matching corner shelving unit. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of space on there. That's Craig's perfume collection. A couple of those he has had since high school. So, yeah, he certainly will hold on to some things, but, yeah. I might ask him if I can take over some of these empty shelves here, kind of redo this for him, figure out a better system, give him some better storage here, and then I can maybe move some of these things over there and just be able to have a better visual sense of what I currently own. And yeah, just have an easier time finding things. So yeah, I mean, there has to be a better way than, like, for example, this situation right here. So these are, I have a ton of these like travel size perfumes because obviously, you know, I'm trying not to always purchase full size, but you know, like this also isn't the best way to store these either. So I just, whoops. See, it's not even big enough to like hold all of these. I outgrew this. This is actually a Nest candle jar, but yeah, I think I need to visit like Home Goods or maybe the Container Store and see if I can find a better situation, especially for the travel sizes. I'm thinking that maybe some lipstick organizers would be great for that. Actually, I think I have some extra lipstick organizers. Maybe I'll just try those out first. But yeah, anyway, this is what I'm currently working with. And this is why I just kind of generally feel overwhelmed and am wanting to try this whole like monthly perfume basket idea. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. I think these will be fun videos to come in here and film with you guys at the beginning of every month. We'll kind of see what the vibe is going to be for the month in terms of perfumes. And that doesn't mean that I can't come in here and grab something if I happen to be maybe craving the Tarte Deco from Sniff. You know, I'm gonna allow myself to come in here and grab some of these other things, but for the most part, I think it's gonna be helpful, you know, just grabbing a few things for the given month, and then focusing mostly on using those products, and then we'll cycle through another set. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is gonna work. We'll see. I'll let you guys know how it goes. I hope that little look into the master closet to show you how I'm actually currently storing my perfumes was helpful. Honestly, if you have any suggestions for containers or dividers, or I don't know what, I'm still kind of at a little bit of a loss in terms of how to organize that situation better, just to make it easier for me to visually see what I actually have. So yeah, leave me all of your ideas in the comments down below. And I'm really looking forward to this new series. I think it's gonna be a great way for me to show some love to some perfumes in my collection that honestly I have not reached for nearly enough this year. And that's something that I want to definitely change in 2026. I want to be using some of the older things in my collection as more of a priority, if you will. And yeah, continue to use perfumes up. I think that that's important. I like finishing perfumes, and I think just having that situation set up better visually is going to help me to achieve those goals of actually finishing more perfumes in my collection. So I look forward to hopefully seeing suggestions from you guys in terms of, you know, different organization ideas that you might have, yeah, I'm looking forward to making some changes in there. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new. That way these perfume shop my stash videos will pop up in your subscription feed every month, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.